What if the reason you still feel broke is not because you earn too little, but because your life became too expensive to survive? Imagine this: you finally get the salary you wanted, not millionaire money, just enough to feel like life should finally be easier. So you upgrade, the flat gets nicer, the dinners get easier to justify, the little luxuries start to feel normal, and for a while it feels like progress. But then something strange happens. A few months later, the salary is bigger, the life looks better, but you still do not feel safe. One job problem would still panic you. One health issue would still shake everything. So what happened? You did not build freedom. You built a more expensive version of survival. And this is the trap. Most people think they need more money, but sometimes they actually need a life that costs less to keep alive. Because there are two ways to use money. You can use money to buy safety, or you can use money to buy proof. Proof that you made it, proof that you are not behind, proof that your life improved, and proof feels good. The better flat feels good, the nice clothes feel good, the restaurant table feels good, until every piece of proof becomes a payment, a monthly payment, a hidden cost, a new standard, a new pressure, a version of life you now have to maintain. And suddenly, you are not free, you are just more expensive. This is why people can double their income and still feel broke. Not because they don't know something, not because they are lazy, but because every time income grows, life grows faster. The pay rise arrives, and immediately it gets eaten. Bigger mortgage, more subscriptions, more convenience, more car costs, more small things that now feel normal. And after everything is paid, there is still no space, no cushion, no feeling that life could go wrong and you would be okay. So here is the real test. Forget your salary for a second. If your income disappeared for 3 months, what would happen? Not in theory, really. Would you have time? Would you have options? Would you be able to breathe? Or would the life you built start collapsing almost immediately? That answer tells you more about your wealth than your salary does. Your salary tells people how much you earn. Your safety tells you how free you are. And they are not the same thing. Modern life is very good at hiding this. It shows the nice kitchen, the clean car, the holiday photos, the upgraded lifestyle. But it does not show the pressure underneath, the credit card balance, the empty emergency fund, the fear of losing the job, the feeling that you cannot stop, cannot rest, cannot say no, because everything depends on the next paycheck. That is not wealth. That is a performance with invoices attached. And I think many people know this quietly. They know they earn more than they used to. They know their life looks better than before. But they still do not feel safe because they did not build safety. They built evidence. Evidence that they progressed. Evidence that they are not poor anymore. Evidence that they are finally enough. And I understand that. When you have struggled, you want your life to show that things changed. You want the better place, the better clothes, the better everything. You want the hard years to mean something. But there is a dangerous point where a better life becomes a heavier life. So ask yourself, did this upgrade make me freer or did it make me easier to trap? Because sometimes the old car is freedom, sometimes the smaller home is freedom, sometimes the money you do not spend is the most powerful money you have. Because unspent money gives you something visible money cannot give you: space, time, options, the ability to handle a bad month, the ability to make decisions without panic controlling everything. That is what most people actually want. Not wealth in the loud, shiny, performative way. They want to feel less breakable. They want to know that life can change and they will still have room to breathe. They want the private feeling of, I can handle this. And this is where quiet wealth begins. Not when you impress people, not when your life photographs well. Quiet wealth begins when your money reduces fear, when it gives you options, when it creates space between you and disaster, when your life becomes cheaper to survive, not just prettier to look at. So before the next upgrade, ask one brutal question. If nobody could see this, would I still want it? If nobody saw the car, would I still pay for it? If nobody saw the house, would I still stretch for it? If nobody knew the brand, would I still care? That question separates safety from proof. Proof needs an audience. Safety works even when nobody is watching. Maybe the most powerful financial move is not earning more just to spend more. Maybe it is making your life harder to break. Lower fixed costs, more cash left over. less performance, more room to breathe. It may not look exciting, but one day something will go wrong. A job will change, a bill will arrive, health will shift, the economy will turn. Life will test the structure you built, and in that moment, the expensive lifestyle will not comfort you. The applause will not pay the bills. The image will not give you options. But the quiet cushion will. The money nobody saw. The upgrade you delayed. The payment you avoided. The emergency fund you protected. The smaller life that gave you bigger freedom. That is the difference. Some people use money to look safe. Other people use money to become safe. And if you want quiet wealth, choose the second one. Because maybe you do not need a life that looks richer. Maybe you need a life that is harder to destroy.